I had completed my mission on Xylaris Prime. Years of negotiations, research, and mediation had culminated in the signing of a treaty that would secure peace between Earth and the neighboring alien systems. My work had earned commendations from the Earth Council, and all that remained was to return home. The palace of the alien queen, Isolara, stood at the heart of Xylaris Prime. Its towers spiraled like crystalline trees, reflecting the planet's twin suns in a kaleidoscope of colors. I had spent countless hours there, navigating political intrigue, cultural nuances, and the complexities of interstellar diplomacy. I thought I understood everything about this world. I was wrong. The first time I met her, Isolara had appeared in the throne room like a vision. She was taller than any human, her presence commanding yet graceful. Her skin shimmered with a subtle iridescence, and her eyes held the depth of 1,000 lifetimes. I had approached cautiously, as protocol demanded. Yet there was an intensity to her gaze that made hesitation inevitable. "You have done well," she had said then, her voice like liquid silk over stone. "The humans are more capable than I anticipated." I bowed, careful to match the deference required in her court. "It was my duty, Your Majesty." Her smile had been fleeting, almost imperceptible, but it had unsettled me. There was a weight to her approval, a power that went beyond politics. It lingered in the air, subtle yet suffocating. After the treaty was finalized, I packed my few belongings, prepared the shuttle, and made my way to the palace gates. I had informed the Queen of my departure. Everything had been scheduled and approved by protocol. I expected a formal farewell, perhaps a few words of courtesy. Instead, I was stopped in the corridor by a soft, commanding voice. "You are not leaving." I froze. The words echoed in the empty hallway. "Your Majesty?" I asked cautiously. Isolara stepped from the shadows, her form illuminated by the soft ambient light of the corridor. "You do not understand. Your work is not yet complete." "I've fulfilled my mission," I replied. "The treaty is signed. Peace is secured. My presence here is no longer required." Her eyes narrowed slightly, though the shimmer in them remained. "Required?"
No.
"Needed?"
Yes.
"You have seen things on this world humans cannot comprehend. You have walked corridors I cannot show my own counsel. Your understanding, it is vital." I swallowed. Her words were not a command, but a truth I could not dismiss. I have duties on Earth. Families, colleagues, lives depending on my return. "And yet," she said softly, stepping closer, "you would abandon what you have learned here? You would leave this planet with only half the truth." Her words cut deeper than I expected. She spoke not as a queen to a subordinate, but as someone who understood the stakes I could not articulate. I realized then that my mission had changed. I had not simply negotiated a treaty. I had uncovered truths, hidden technologies, and secrets that could shift the balance of power across the galaxy. Leaving now would mean abandoning them. I started, unsure how to voice my hesitation. "Do not speak yet," she interrupted, her tone firm but not unkind. "Come with me." She led me through the palace, past halls I had walked before, but never truly seen. Hidden rooms revealed artifacts, devices, and records, all of which hinted at knowledge far beyond human comprehension. "These are the legacies of my people," she explained. "And you, human, have earned the right to understand them. You have proven loyalty, insight, and courage." Days passed. I remained within the palace under her guidance. I learned to operate devices that manipulated energy, to read records in languages humans had never documented, and to understand political and technological intricacies that shaped the Xylarian Empire. I saw their philosophy, their ethics, and their vision for interstellar harmony. Isolara did not simply instruct. She observed. She corrected mistakes with gentle authority, tested my judgments in simulations, and challenged my assumptions. Each encounter left me both exhausted and exhilarated. One evening, in the observation chamber overlooking the crystalline city, she asked me a question that stopped me cold. Why do humans leave when they do not yet understand? Why abandon knowledge in pursuit of comfort? I suppose because our lives are bound to one world, I said slowly. Our responsibilities, our homes, they anchor us. She shook her head, eyes glimmering with quiet intensity. Anchors can be chains if one fears the unknown. You are capable of so much more, and yet you cling to what you know. That fear will limit you. Her words were not judgmental, they were a challenge. I felt the weight of them pressing against my conscience. Weeks turned into months. I had no choice but to stay. Her presence was both protective and demanding. I discovered hidden factions within the Xylarian Empire, threats that the public never knew existed. I deciphered technologies that could shift interstellar power structures, weapons and energy systems that humans had not yet imagined. Through it all, Isolara never allowed me to forget why I had remained. Knowledge without action is meaningless, she reminded me. Power without understanding is dangerous. You have the chance to see both. I began to realize that my mission was no longer a simple diplomatic endeavor. It had become something larger, an interstellar stewardship, a responsibility that would extend far beyond Earth. Eventually, I confronted her. Your Majesty, I understand the importance of what I've seen here, but I must return. Humanity needs this knowledge, yes, but I am one human. I cannot remain indefinitely. Isolara approached, her gaze unwavering. Then you are ready to leave, but unready to act. Your hesitation will define your failure. Do you wish to abandon wisdom because it is inconvenient? Or do you wish to embrace it and carry it forward responsibly? I looked into her eyes and realized she was not refusing my departure out of selfishness. She was ensuring I would leave prepared, capable, and fully aware of the consequences of the knowledge I carried. I will stay, I admitted finally, with a mixture of relief and apprehension. In the months that followed, I became her student, her confidant, and eventually her ally. We navigated crises, resolved conflicts, and discovered pathways for cooperation that would secure peace for decades. Isolara's guidance transformed me from a diplomat into a strategist, a human capable of thinking beyond my species' limitations. Through it all, the bond between us deepened. Respect became trust. Trust became partnership. And when the time finally came for me to depart, I did so not as a human envoy returning home, but as someone carrying the weight of knowledge, wisdom, and experience she had entrusted to me. Before I boarded the shuttle, she extended her hand. Go, she said softly, but remember what you have learned, and remember why you stayed. I took her hand, feeling the strength and weight of responsibility, and nodded. I will not forget. She smiled, a brief, luminous expression, and then stepped back, allowing me to leave. For the first time in months, I felt the freedom to return to Earth, but not the same man who had arrived. As the shuttle lifted off, I looked back at the palace of Xylarian Prime. The twin suns bathed it in gold and violet, the towers glinting like beacons. I knew I carried more than treaties. I carried understanding, knowledge, and a bond that would shape my future and the future of human and alien relations alike. And I understood why the alien queen had refused to let me go, because some missions are never truly complete until the person undertaking them has grown into their full potential. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and uncertain. But I was ready, guided by the lessons of Xylarian Prime and the queen who had refused to release me until I was prepared to rise to the challenge. Because some doors are not closed to imprison. They are closed to ensure that when you step through, you're capable of meeting what awaits on the other side.